What up, everybody, and welcome to a live edition of Dodgers Territory, post-game edition, if you will, on this fine Sunday evening. I'm Alanna Rizzo. That is Clint Pasillas. You take 2 of 3 from the San Francisco Giants. You maintain as far as the National League West is concerned. So you're feeling pretty good. I see John's already in the chat. Good to have you. Make sure you guys participate, like us, rate us 5 stars, subscribe, all of the things. We're so happy to have you guys here. But don't forget, support the show in style. You can do that now. DodgersTerritoryShop.com is open. Scan that QR code or just go to the website, DodgersTerritoryShop.com. Clint, this is good. We took 2 of 3. That's what you want to do in game 149.
Yeah, listen, back-to-back days with the offense kind of waking up pretty nicely, a balanced offensive attack for this team, not relying on the home run ball today. I love that desperately, deeply, but 13 runs on Saturday, 10 runs on the board today. You chase Robbie Ray early, and you chase Logan Webb early today. And this is a team, you know, the Giants obviously fighting for a wild card spot right now, chasing down the Mets for that third wild card spot. So this is a team that is a good team, a potential wild card opponent for the Dodgers. So, I mean, you have to love everything you saw from the offense, from Tyler Glasnow today, and so on and so forth.
You know what makes a really good combination? And I see that Craig Osterberg is in the chat. What's up, Craig? Great to see you again. Peeps. He said Tommy back. But you know what's a really good equation that I love? A really good Tyler Glasnow paired, coupled with, if you will, complementary with a really good Mookie Betts. My word, this is the Marcus Lynn Betts that I have wanted to see for quite some time. It seems like when he kind of threw his hands in the air and kind of like said, Jesus, take the wheel, and said, I'm not playing anymore for statistics. I'm not playing anymore in terms of I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to have a really good time. I'm going to have fun again. I'm going to smile. And look what happens. He's playing loose. I'm not saying loosey-goosey, but it seems like the weight of the world is off of his shoulders. He's getting on base. He's getting singles. He's getting doubles. He's doing all the things. That was really, really nice to see. Glasnow shoved. Mookie looked good. Conforto, for the first time, Clint, since April of 2025, Michael Conforto was above the Mendoza line, I believe, because of the last at-bat. He's right at 200.
Right at 200.
But listen, he had some nice ABs today. Let's give it up for Conforto.
Yeah, guys, give some love in the chat for Dodgers legend Michael Conforto. I mean, hey, we need to get Andrew Friedman and Brandon Gomes getting the ink ready to get signed that contract extension, 4 more years for Conforto.
Calm down.
Hey, if there's a time for this dude to get hot, it's now at the end of the season, Alanna. It's very clear they do not intend on DFAing, releasing, getting rid of him, not having him in the starting lineup in some way, shape, or form, either against righties, against lefties. Today, obviously, he sat against the lefty, but if he's going to be in there, 3 hits off the bench, pinch hitting for Alex Call in that 5th inning. Of course, Dodgers love 5th innings, taking advantage of teams in that 5th inning. But yeah, 2 of those, 2 of the RBIs of his 3 on a pinch hit, 2-run single, which was huge at the time. It was still a very tight game.
No less.
Yeah,
broken bat, pinch hit. 2 RBI single. I will take it. It's funny though because the other
Thomas.
Excuse me. Let's respect the name. Seth is saying Michael Thomas Conforto, but then you have the folks on the other side of that. I will flip you the bird. Says Conforto performing well is only going to cloud our postseason roster picture. He's acting like a double agent, just like he did right before the trade deadline. Listen, I will flip you the bird. I think Conforto's on the postseason roster no matter what, whether we like it or not. I just see that they have stuck with him this long. I feel like he's going to be on that postseason roster. But he looked good today. Mookie looked great. Glasnow looked great. You take 2 of 3. All good things.
Yeah, Teoscar also looking great. Freddie Freeman in this game looking great. The heart of the lineup doing things. 2, 3, 4 hitters from our friend Dave Vassay, 9 for 14. I think he actually ended up 10 for 15 with a walk, 7 runs scored. Riz, that's getting it done. That is getting the job done. If we've talked about Michael Conforto, I'm not going to make this another show to glaze up my favorite new player in the world, Ben Rortvedt, but we do need to talk about the Teoscar Hernandez impact, because this is another, 3-hit game? 4-hit game, that's right. 4 hits for Teo.
5.
Was it 5? No. 4 for 6. 2 runs scored for Teoscar Hernandez. And last 5 games now, 11 hits. He woke up in Colorado. 3 homers, 6 RBIs, 7 runs. But on the broadcast, they had mentioned something about when Teoscar Hernandez drives in a run, they are, I think it was where I'm looking for the numbers. They're 34-12 when he drives in a run. He did not drive in a run today, but he did score a run, and they are 35-14, as you saw on the screen there, when he scores a run, and 36-38 when he does not. Riz, as we've been talking about off and on for a while, we said at the trade deadline, the key to winning the trade deadline is getting Mookie Betts back, getting Teoscar Hernandez going again, getting Teo back like we've seen.
Getting Snell back, too, was a big trade deadline acquisition, yes.
Yeah, so
no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I feel a lot better about this team than we were pretty much exactly a week ago at this time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this was a very good series for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And again, to your point, Clint Pasillas, this is a Giants team that's not quite willing to lay down. I mean, last Sunday, it was a 2-horse race in terms of the National League wild card. Thanks to the New York Mets absolutely shitting the bed for the course over the last 2 weeks. It is now, the Mets are done. Okay. So now you're thinking Cincinnati, you're thinking San Francisco, Arizona has an opportunity to get into this postseason picture. Obviously the Mets still hold that final spot in the wild card race in the National League, but the Giants are a good team and they're putting together some good games, good stretches of games. And the Dodgers took 2 of 3 in a pretty big way. Obviously I know they were walked off on Friday. I get that. That's a whole other issue, but 2 of 3 from this team who absolutely has everything in the world to play for and would love nothing more than to get into the postseason and ruin the Dodgers' chances. I like what I saw. It seemed very complete. Freddie continues to hit. Teoscar seems like he's coming back. To your point, waking up in Colorado, that's a good place to do so. Tommy Edmonds got his first hit of the series today. Conforto with some good ABs today. And Glasnow looked great. So Elisheva Jones, what's up? Ben Rortvedt is batting .318 as a Dodger. I mean, I get it. You're going to need him to come up huge. And this is the situation where he's here out of necessity because of injury. So take advantage of the opportunities that you get. And that's what Ben's doing right now.
Absolutely. We have a super chat. We also need to talk about Tyler Glasnow. We also have to get to an ad. So let's hear from our friends at Foul Territory first. We'll come back and we will read our first super chat of the show.
We are longtime fans of Omaha Steaks, and I am drooling looking at the website right now, featuring USDA certified tender steaks, and also during their Red Hot Sale event going on right now this fall, 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com. Plus for the FT fam, an extra $35 off with promo code FOUL at checkout. You've been a big fan of Omaha Steaks since your early days as a pro.
Brings me back to my low A-ball days because we used to survive on this. We get a big order at the beginning of the year, cook them on our little electric grill, can of peas, some mac and cheese. That was dinner for 4. We survived off Omaha Steaks. It still has a special place in my heart.
You thrived.
Well,
you guys ate like kings.
Yeah.
That's special. Get fired up for fall grilling with Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com for 50% off site-wide during their Red Hot Sale event. And for an extra $35 off, promo code FOUL at checkout. 50% off at omahasteaks.com and an extra $35 off with promo code FOUL at checkout. See site for details. Dig in.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on this Sunday afternoon. And like I said, Alanna, we have a super chat from Richie Flores out there in Devore, $4.99. And there's a lot of words, so I'm going to let you try to parse through this.
All right, Mets win 69 World Series. Gibby and Freddie hit walk-offs. Riz makes a Devore Man Cave appearance at an all-Dodgers meetup when Conforto bonehead night. I'm telling you what, and I swear to God, I just said this right before we got on their show. Our boss, Mark Weiner, is listening. He listens into all of our podcasts, as does Scott Braun, for the most part. I told Mark and Clint, I said, we should do a Dodgers meetup in the postseason. Probably not the first round, but I would love to come to LA. Maybe we can do it at Adrian Gonzalez's Sliceria or whatever the heck it's called. Now we just got to get the bosses to put up the bucks. So I want everyone to tweet Mark Weiner and tell him that we need to be in LA for a Dodgers meetup. Maybe Richie Flores can, maybe Flores can host us. Is that possible?
No? I mean, well, to a degree, there is space. Hold on. Let's say I'm working on something here.
All right.
You keep talking while I type.
This is called dead air, which is not good in the podcast world. All right, let's talk about Tyler Glasnow for a hot second. Exceptional once again. Loved when Tyler Glasnow shoved 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, just the 1 earned run, 4 walks, early trouble, but was able to manage it throughout the entire game. 108 pitches, 61 of those for strikes. The 2 hits in the 7th, he ran out of gas. That's fine. That's to be expected. Whatever. I mean, the offense picked him up tremendously today, as the offense did yesterday. Huge offensive outbursts both Saturday and Sunday. Listen, I'm glad. I love the fact that Clint's public shaming worked. Apparently, what did you say exactly about Tyler Glasnow? I missed this.
No, it happened here on our show as well. I basically said I need to see something out of Tyler Glasnow because there's always some sort of excuse as to why he struggles, or he had a split end, or one of his fingernails was slightly off or askew, so he struggled in a particular game, and I needed to see something out of him. I forget who the start was against, but basically I tried to use my magical powers of shit talking somebody to get them on track, and since then I think he's rattled off like 14 innings of exceptional pitching. So everybody is welcome. Please praise me for my efforts and also the great thing I was working on.
You're taking the credit.
100%. 100%. And also, here it is. DT Postseason Watch Party. Bug Mark, everybody. There it is. Bug Mark. Make it happen. All of that work was for that.
All of it. For that little lower third. Okay, that's very good. All right, bullpen. You want to talk about it since it's the topic of conversation every single time. Henriquez one inning. No, a third of an inning rather.
Yeah.
Michael Kopech, 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 earned, continuing to search for a clean outing. And that's what I think is the biggest thing. You mentioned clean outing in our rundown, and that's such a huge piece. I don't feel like the bullpen comes in anymore, even if they come in with nobody on. Even if they come into a clean inning, they just can't seem to get out of it without giving us a heart attack.
Yeah, there are 3 dudes who are obviously the biggest kind of issues for this bullpen right now, and they are the guys that you would argue have some of the biggest expectations. That's Michael Kopech, World Series champion Michael Kopech, Kirby Yates, who also pitched in this game, ultimately a clean inning thanks to a boneheaded move from I forget the kid's name who didn't touch first base. And then, of course, Tanner Scott, who had a nice appearance last night for him, but still has really, really struggled. All of these numbers, I have numbers down here. Tanner Scott, 4.91 ERA in the season, 11.12 since returning from the IL. He has 2 separate 3 earned run appearances. And then Kirby Yates entering today, 9.39 ERA since returning from the IL. Himself as well, 2 separate 3 earned run appearances. Those are guys. I don't think Kirby Yates makes this postseason roster, but Tanner Scott and Michael Kopech, one of those guys. Well, Tanner Scott's 100% going to be on that postseason roster. I would argue that Kopech is somebody. Did I say Kopech? Tanner Scott's going to be on the roster. Michael Kopech is somebody who can pitch his way off of a roster and maybe open the door to somebody who like Edgardo Henriquez, who had a really, really nice series here in San Francisco.
You're big on him right now.
Yeah.
You think he takes Yates' spot?
I like 103.
Sure,
got
you
some
can
nasty
locate
stuff.
Yeah, you can locate it. I like 103 too. But all right. So I mean, again, a lot can happen in the next 2 weeks. That we are. God, it's hard to believe it's only 2 weeks left in this season. That's insanity to me. All right, you want to throw to another? Do we have another ad? We do.
Yeah, we do.
Throw to another ad. We'll talk a couple other things about this game and also just NL West updates when we come back.
FT fam, let's talk about Fair Harbor. And if you're listening, I hope that you watch this conversation at some point because we're doing show and tell, Kratz. Shorts, they can be used as a bathing suit. And the liner, which we call butter, is the game breaker. It's the playmaker because it's different.
You've worn shorts that are not like this, and the liner sucks. They are buttery on your butt.
I just came up with something for them. Your liner sucks. Get Fair Harbor liner. Seriously, give it a shot. I'm not just saying this. The butter analogy plays. And FT fam, you know we're hooking you up. FairHarborClothing.com/Val. 20% off when you use the code FOUL on your first purchase. Once again, that's fair, HARBOR, clothing.com/FOUL for 20% off your first purchase and use promo code FOUL.
We're so funny. Oh, if you could see the behind the scenes. Can we leave Max Muncy alone? For frick's sake. Can we leave the man alone? He comes off the IL and then get drills in the noggin. I know today. I know that today was a planned day off for him, but seriously, like, enough.
Yeah, I'm real tired of seeing my guy Maxwell Steven Muncy have some sort of injury to deal with. I saw him smiling last night, and I knew, listen, this is a boy who's played football, growing up. Like, he understands how to take a hit to the old brain. Concussions don't mean nothing to him. So I figured he was going to be fine. Doesn't seem like any sort of concussion protocol for him or whatever. Just mentions the jaw feels a little bit sore. But yeah, I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum over the last 3 months. This is a team that desperately needs to have a healthy Max Muncy around to produce. Not necessarily in the lineup, because we saw that today, but there's just something about having him around that makes a difference. And I think they said the expected A lineup. One of the things Steven Nelson said during the broadcast, expected A lineup, like 1 through 8. Including Will Smith, who is obviously on the injured list now. We'll talk about him in a second. Anyways, those dudes have only played together in 23 games this season, Alanna.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. To think that the best lineup that you can roll out there based on who is on your roster has only played together 23 times, which I think bodes really, really well for the postseason, because all those guys are going to be in the lineup, barring any sort of injury. So obviously Max was planned to have a day off today. Will Smith is hopefully back in a week in time, because he has that lingering soreness in that injured right hand. Dave's not too worried about it, obviously. The scans are negative on that one, so that's good. Just some time off to let it settle down. It gives your boy Ben Rortvedt a chance to figure things out. What'd you say?
Legend. I'm calling him this year Ben Rortvedt. He's kind of like this year's Brent Honeywell or something. It's just one of those dumb players that has no business being on the Dodgers roster, but somehow becomes a folk hero.
He'll get a ring. He'll be a folk hero, and then he'll have no job next year, unlike Brent Honeywell. Unfortunately, hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, I mean, you need Muncy, you need Big Willie style back there. But that's okay. You know what? This NL West situation, Clint, Pasillas, has gotten bananas. Like I said, a week ago, it was just, it was a 2-team race maybe in terms of that wild card for that final spot. And now the Mets have just so struggled mightily that it's like, Giants are like, I'm right there. And the Reds are like, so are we. Diamondbacks are like, hey, don't forget about us. How do you think this plays out?
I mean, the fact that the Giants obviously and Dodgers play 4 more times bodes well for most likely the Dodgers if they keep playing. Yeah, Dodgers play a lot better in LA. I don't know Cincinnati's record. I don't know. I kind of like them sneaking. I think the Mets just don't deserve to be in the postseason with how poorly they have played here to end the season. I think they won today, right? Pete Alonso helping them get a dub to salvage the series for them. But Dodgers playing the Phillies coming up. There's postseason seeding implications you have to look at there. Congrats to the Brewers for clinching a playoff berth. First team to do that here, but. Dodgers 4.5 games behind that second seed, playing the Phillies 3 times. Who do you got? Emmett Sheehan versus Ranger Suarez to kick off the series tomorrow. I like this spot. I think the Dodgers, I don't anticipate them getting that 2 seed, but if you can find a way to sweep the Phils, and they're playing good enough, the offense is good enough to take down.
No way in the world the Dodgers are sweeping the Phillies.
I'm going to have blind faith. It is Sunday. Both of my teams won.
The Phillies, first of all, mine just lost because of a fucking penalty.
And I loved living through that, watching you think the Broncos won.
They did. And then there was a leveraging penalty because a guy used his teammate to give him a little bit of an advantage on a frickin' field goal kick. And then it was a frickin' personal foul. And the stupid Colts ended up beating the Broncos. Anyway, I'm fine. It's totally fine. There's the Phillies worry me the most.
Yeah.
They worry me the most. I mean, I'm not saying we can't beat the Phillies. I'm not saying that we can't win the series. I don't think they're going to sweep the Phillies. But it's going to be a very good test because that team will be in the postseason. Both of those teams will be in the postseason.
And they have, obviously, a butt-ton of talent, even if you don't hear a lot about, like, Bryce Harper these days. Schwarber has fallen off a little bit from his 1 week of being the National League Most Valuable Player for the year of our Lord 2025. Trey Turner, battling back from a calf injury or whatever. They need something out of Nicholas Castellanos to do something. So I think there are some weaknesses that the Dodgers can expose. Roster to roster.
For sure. Every team. There's not one team, in my opinion, this season of all 30 that's a standout, the best team in the league.
Yeah.
Every single team has places within their team that you can poke holes in. There are Swiss cheese amongst all 30 of these teams. The Phillies are no different, but so are the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers have some weaknesses too, all of the bullpen. So, but again, it'll be a good series. It's called, kind of like one of those measuring stick series, if you will. And yes, I agree with you. I agree with where did we go? John says Alanna the Sailor. I know. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have cussed like that. That's bad. If we have kids watching, I apologize. Young Yi says, why Alanna is so scared of Phillies. Dodgers can sweep the Phillies at home. I mean, maybe, sure. But the Phillies could sweep the Dodgers at home. Like the Phillies are a very good. Any team can beat any team. That's what I've noticed this year. There's not, as I just said, there's not one outstanding team amongst the 30 that everyone's like, oh wow, this is it. This is the clear-cut favorite. The clear-cut favorite in either league, really.
Mm-hmm. For this particular Phillies series, GI had added in the chat the other one. No Trey Turner, no Alec Bohm for the Phillies on this series. So it's a little imperfect of that measuring stick. Of course, Dodgers don't have Will Smith, but they do have the legendary Ben Rortvedt, who just keeps on chugging. People like me, us idiot boys who have no business really talking baseball because we played baseball to a degree. A lot of us that do like this Dodger stuff, we love latching on to these kind of nobodies. Like for me, 2019, 2020, I was a big.
This is you latching on to these. Well,
I'm speaking for people who he probably wouldn't be a fan of me lumping myself in with him because he has a different kind of brand of it. But somebody like a Scott Gearman, one of our friends over there, Dodger Blue or whatever. There are more people, but I'll stick with Scott for this. Scenario. Give us these random nobodies. For me, it was Matt Beatty back in the day. I was a big time Beatty boy. I thought, I hated the way they deployed him, but giving these nobodies opportunities, just to pump them up and see what happens. I don't know. It's part of the brand, I guess. But anyways, that's part of the fun.
I don't like that we call them nobodies. I mean, they're not nobodies. They're somebodies. They're just not as. It
took us literally like 5 episodes to learn how to pronounce Ben Rortvedt's name. He was fully nobody.
I've been on this earth a really long time, and there's people that still can't pronounce my name. So they
can't spell it. That's their
pronounce it. Let's be honest. Elena, Alanna, Atlanta, Lorna, Luana. I've gotten it all.
Hey, on that note, how do you feel about your brother Anthony Rizzo retiring? Rizzo.
Congratulations, Anthony. I'm very proud of you. Same birth date, August 8th. Obviously, he's born a lot later than me, and he makes a lot more money than I do. But congratulations, Anthony. He was massive in Chicago. 10 years as a Chicago Cub. Brought a lot of good things to that city. He's a good dude, cancer survivor. I'm happy for him and his wife, Emily, and Anthony Jr., their little baby. A lot of Anthony Rizzos in my family. My grandfather, father, brother, nephew, all Anthony Rizzo. But congrats to Anthony.
Rizmaster?
Yes, I love that. NS. I love it.
By the way, we had a couple more super chats. JY Kim earlier, $2 saying, does Max Muncy particularly unlucky this year? It does. Like, is he kind of snake bit?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he's had a lot of issues, but I mean, he's had oblique issues before. He's had wrist issues before. Getting hit in the head sucks, but he's hopefully going to be fine. As long as he's back in 2 weeks, it's going to be great.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We will survive. $1.99 from Noah in the chat says, when Mookie hits, it's a whole new world.
Whole new world. I remember that song.
Tube in for drunk karaoke with myself and Alanna Rizzo every Wednesday night here on the YouTube.
I'm doing dry September, so I am not doing it. By the way, I know. So we are posting on Wednesday.
Postgame Wednesday, yes.
Postgaming Wednesday, and then we're back on our regular scheduled programming on Thursday. All right. Any we didn't talk about Shohei at all today. That's weird that we have a Dodgers territory and Shohei is not mentioned.
Hey, he got a chip shot single that kept his hitting streak alive, or his reaching base streak alive. But he was kind of the problem at the top of the lineup because he was 0 for his first 5 or whatever. But we'll take a 1 for 6 out of the eventual 2025 NL MVP again.
Year of our Lord. By the way, another super chat from Seth. Thanks for being here, Seth. Wait, our Anthony and Alanna twins know. I'm a lot older than Anthony, but we have the same birthday. We're both born on August 8th. I'm just August 8th, many moons before Anthony Rizzo.
And back onto our Dodgers territory postseason watch party, fully sponsored by Foul Territory. Richie Flores with another 199 super chat says, "Huge backyard, Riz, and epic views of Big Bear over there at the DeVore Man Cave."
Bro, if you wanna host it, I'm in. We just got to get our cameras and stuff there. That's the key, is getting the equipment there.
I got cameras. I could do it. I don't need no man, Alanna. I can make this happen. It'll be mostly.
All right, you guys.
Okay.
Let's have a good week, right? Let's have a good week, everybody. Clint and I will see you on Wednesday post game. We appreciate it very much. Hopefully, we're talking about a couple more wins. Thanks for being here, you guys.
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it sweep.
Fine, that'd be great. I'm calling it a series win, not a sweep.
All right.
We will see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to go to DodgersTerritoryShop.com. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you on Wednesday. Go Dodgers.
Bye.